stable, I guess.
Well, I think for Heretics, we need to see them. We need to see that form from last year, not just for Heretics' sake, but for our sake as a
Giants
region.
on defense, Heretics on attack.
So it can't just be Vitality at the top. I think we're going to need to see, you know, someone else helping. And I'm hoping that is Heretics. Woot going to the ISO, I quite like. We saw him on Split last game, and it looked quite good.
He did.
Dude, look at this.
Pause for that, because it looks like Cloud might
Cloud has to do so much. Also, Cloud on a Yoru.
GiantX are getting a bit of a good lay of the land here. They're going to explore behind. There is still going to be utility in the way, so it won't be completely carte blanche. But for now, they're going to get that A-side control. Plant should be in. Not too many threats.
I love this flank.
In reaction to them losing A, they break the trip behind. They have no idea about numbers. And the instant reaction. Oh, instant reaction is kind of nice though. Had an extra smoke. Flash this off.
It looks like Heretics want to take space away, maybe feeling that there is that flank coming in, but again, GiantX, step for step, kind of matching that energy, sitting a little passive, and now the push comes in through.
Oh my god, bro, Papo is insta-dinking everyone.
We are down to just Woot now in a 1v2, it ain't going to be easy. Turn to flash,
oh my god, this is crazy, it's the battle of the ISOs.
What a belting start.
Well, I'm glad we start with Heretics, and I'm big enough already, and he gets a 5k in the pistol.
Not bad.
Like, I think that, like, I was going to say that, like, Woot's, in general, I think this year, he's been a bit all over the place with his kind of agents and roles.
Yep, absolutely.
It seems like the ISO is one of the agents that he's going to be fine on.
Well, more of that, please.
Jesus.
Take a bit of that. And that's got to mean a lot, though, because, again, when we talk about Heretics, I think that Apex game is heavy in my mind as well, of how close that was, dropping the map there, a bit of a confidence shaker.
One of the better agents to get it as well.
I want to see Heretics looking more confident. But I do want to say, GiantX are not as... Christ, really, that was not bad. But in my mind as well, GiantX are a dangerous team.
What did he say? He said first ace.
It's easy to kind of overlook them at times because we haven't seen the kind of sum total of the parts coming together and it all seeming to work right.
Yeah, I think they've always been like a middle of the pack kind of team. And I want them to stop being mid. I want this to, like, I don't want them to rely on qualifying through this group by beating Na'Vi. I want to see them actually compete with the Heretics, maybe even snatch a win from one of them.
Oh, but this was okay. There's the one person with the ghost that goes down.
Approach to the game. But I like
reveals one over towards B. Might be able to force this. Drone though, not taking any mistakes. Oh my goodness.
On that when we saw this at the beginning. Again, if this does get a little bit
and
more
they do the path thing, so they see the ISO with this one. Double damage off of the drone.
Really well. Good trade and spacing from Rienz to get that in motion. And with the smoke now in place, less opportunities for Westside. Tomasi, statistically...
Okay.
I mean, okay. Tomasi statistically did have a great game on this map against BBL. Now, to try and pull off a 1v2 though, and Rienz feels like kind of the end of the line here if it does come down to it. Phantom ready, and it'll be
very, very nice.
So,
Giants actually did alright, to be honest. Got a little bit of damage out here. Got a gun upgrade at the end for Heretics in terms of 2 guns.
Saw it come in, and you did say you prefer that Teo in play here, especially in this scenario.
Yeah, I think that Sova with ISO, when, you know, back in my day, when we played this composition, it was about that undercut with the Sova shock to take A main control, but with the one undercut now, you can't rely on that as much. And so I think Teo is just a better agent than Sova in general, so why not play the Teo? I like this gamble from GiantX. Or this meta read.
Yeah, it could be a really good step in the right
He's
direction.
That, but then it looks like they're about to double damage.
Well. Ult is ready for him. Maybe an opportunity. Would you want to use it here? We'll see. Already Cloud, though, willing to take a risk. And he's not alone in this matter. Exploring through middle. The pressure coming towards Garage. It's Woot to try and take the fight.
Just non-stop spamming the whole time.
And the ult did go through. Now that found nothing.
Yeah, they all found nothing on this, so even though they get traded, they kind of got the ult out of them.
The timing of that, I thought maybe we might have had him then. Kind of in between the pages, but Runner's positioning here could be nasty. Now the Owl drone going to go up, will reveal position, but the spam's just right. Cloud and Runner in unison, making them sweat here. Now keep in mind, this was a bonus for Heretics, but it did have some bite to it. Couple of rifles littered around.
There's no way he looks right here.
Costly. I start looking at this as a very good round. Boo, not going to have any play here as Purpo ready towards the push.
Okay damage for Heretics though.
Tried to do with the kind of aggression towards middle. You know,
this is interesting over towards A main at the moment because they tanked a double damage, but there was nothing to follow it up. And I think even if the Teo uses util, I don't think it's gonna get you. I think you dodge it. I wonder if they just keep him running out through
to be
A.
aggressive. Do you think this is going to continue as we get into the kind of thicker things now?
Yeah, I think that it's going to be interesting to see.
Instead of going like Guardian armor, they prioritize. Wait, oh no, just a second. Yeah, dude, I was like, what the hell is going on here?
Recon, so we can see Whoop not going to actually pull the ult, and he's going to be able to save it for the post plant now. But again, GiantX pushing down the center of the map, like you're saying. Nice little flank here.
Yeah, they're so quick to this. The tempo of this game has been excessively high so far. Wait patiently. I think Whoop might get a good idea of what's coming. Still has that ult ready, as you highlighted. Didn't burn early, but might need to utilize now. As it stands, GiantX taking over long.
Definitely don't want to ult now, just in case you get this guy shielded.
Tries to fight forward.
Ooh, nice shots from them.
They get the way in the door. It's Vinny Boo to fight back. But at this point, it's a 3v3. It's going to get hectic here. Crunching towards the side.
Ooh, the slow shield to get them out through the choke was pretty nice. Damn, this was nice from Giants.
GiantX with a
this was good from them.
And a near-on perfect execution of it.
Yeah, there's Tomazi here with the 3K. We asked more from him from the last series, and he's answering right here. I think it's interesting already. We've seen 2 rounds from GiantX, right? It's almost like they're re-execing a site.
Yes.
You know, A-exec.
Yeah, and this was actually nice. The first time we seen the right click of the shield looked pretty good.
Heretics did do a good job of pushing through the CT to sniff out that it felt weak, but ultimately just lost the aim juice.
Now, this does feel like we've got a bit of a rework.
Are they going to ult into this?
Right?
The buy kind of suggests they might be considering it.
See them pick up a little bit more.
I want to see like an identity.
Yes.
It's not just like, you know, standard, middle of the road. You know, like this is more of an identity to me.
I really like seeing it. And again, you look at this aggression down A long. All of them moving together. One player left on the other side of the map. And of course,
let's see that retake again. Instant reaction. It's so funny. Giants are just waiting for that one.
Ult gonna go in.
Oh.
And again, very little value.
Well, didn't hit anyone. Giants again just wanting to like punish over towards A main. Like 2 rounds in a row really, because they had the double damage into Salvo's round before. And every single time Heretics just sending it over towards C. All spots. All of them. He spotted all of them.
Rien's catching him in the smoke. Time to play in, but Heretics digging in their heels. They're not going to give up the site without a fight. But this time, it's down to just Tomazi. He did well.
Damn, the hero Guardian bought into it. They managed to get over towards a free site.
Bodies on the site and actually
and it's pretty rough for Giants. They really, really wanted them to go A main.
I think it's curious they went for a 4 on A setup against the kind of economy status of Heretics. Like a very
it's a little bit unlucky, to be honest, in my opinion.
Leaving the site completely open a couple of times is fine in a game. Leaving it open against a, like, essentially a very weak buy, like, I'm not sure about the decision.
Look, we've been discussing playing against kind of half buys, force buys, your anti-eco prowess. I'll let GiantX
I don't know if Tomazi had his ult, but like there's a couple of teams that have protocols when they do a full one like this. As soon as this shock will come in, the Omen will be TPing here, like in reaction to this.
Boo is cracking the conundrum here. Oh, and he goes unchecked. This could be lovely for him. Boo with an opportunity to farm. Benji's already helped him out. Do note, though,
I also like this from Heretics as well. It feels like they're winning a lot of the calling game at the moment.
Heretics seeming to navigate all the threats.
Yeah, it was a nice little anti-eco setup from them. They shouldn't be caught off too much. Nice little shot from Mini Boo there to clean up the gun.
Should be a formality, lovely from Heretics. And look, I put a question mark with GiantX on those kind of antis as well when they're having to deal with that lighter buy. Maybe
Giants,
misplaying it a little
3 rounds in a row.
Very equipped. So that's a tick in the box.
I've really been wanting Heretics to do an A main default, and it just hasn't happened.
What are we looking for? Are we something set in mind? Are we expecting a little pocket play? It's been aggression from GiantX, but that can't constantly work. There will be eventually that fall-off point.
Yeah, I think it's interesting here. They're going to have to work around the Yoru Sova ult on the Heretic side. Like, it's a very easy combo. Mini Boo up with the ult, and then Rians can just ult where the Yoru is invisible. So they're going to have to think about how to adapt to that this round. Same kind of default approach here for Heretics, just grabbing that orb, kind of containing the map. Maybe to do with GiantX's aggression, just going to contain it in.
I like it.
A little bit of pressure here.
But now, though, it almost feels unfortunate that Heretics don't bump in to GiantX, who had been
Jump spot
pushing those
clears it,
extremities
doesn't
quite
clear the
often.
corner though. Your ult goes in reaction to the your ult, they drone over towards middle.
Glance around, clearing through sewer,
And
spots him
this is
again,
a free
should have the
site,
info, and there
Sova,
it is, the
oh,
combination
it's
of the
just
ults we were
out here
waiting
hitting.
for, and it's rewarded.
It's a free
Rien's
site.
gonna connect towards Cloud. The
Okay,
site
the
is
tail
open and
ult stops
available.
everyone from
Do they
following
try
it
and
up
play
so they
back
can
in?
send it
They
into sight.
do. Mini Boo is here, however, and that smoke near on complementary if they try and play towards Hell. But they're trying to cut through the other side.
Dude, if
play it from
anything, they're,
Graffiti, play towards Quad, but the vision,
Tamazi
it's
kind of
blocked.
own them with this
Doubling
smoke.
up, they fight towards Sewer, and it's gone as a 1-for-1. But it's down to a 4v3. Runner, Tomasi, and Westside trying to hold on.
Oh
And
my
Woot's
god,
having
what nice
none of
shots.
it. Westside last one alive. And he's not all
Yeah, I
that
think
near.
Tamazi
Held back by
gave them
CT.
space. Right, they did an
Take their
ult to
time
isolate
building
one
those
over
ults back
towards
up.
sight. And then they did double smoke. And this smoke's good because it allows you to flood in. But this smoke,
I think they shouldn't be
this
losing that
meant
gun.
that they had safety.
Valuable.
But yeah, Heretics there, nice understanding of how to use that combo. They didn't go into it immediately, so it wasn't fully readable from GiantX. They couldn't stack anywhere. The flooding attempt was nice from GiantX, but 4v5 flooding in with the tail, they lost the tail, which is kind of big.
But they didn't
Going
capitalize
forward, I
on
want to
it.
see what other layers here for GiantX. We see the timeout coming in. I'm wondering, like, they've shown us some nice things.
Okay.
But
Like, it would have made more
what
sense.
happens when the pushes stop working, flanks
Right.
stop
Sorry
working?
to draw on his head.
That's always
But
the fun part, isn't it? Right.
if this is
really
A
get into
site,
the nitty-gritty of things,
right,
you start
and
really
this
seeing
is
the depth.
Long's
GiantX,
over
they
towards
looked
here.
refreshed. I like
and
the
sh-
aggression,
and Short's
I like
here.
the comps, I like the, you know, the choices coming in. Cloud
just
a
so
little
like
quiet,
this,
but that's
right,
not
this
the
is
end of
over
the world. It's
towards
very
Short.
early into this series so far.
Then you got the
We
boxes
like
here.
the concept.
Right,
However,
Short. It's
it
like
seems
this.
to have hit a bit of a brick wall here.
Instead
and
of doing
Heretics,
this,
they've caught,
right, where they
right, once you've
smoked
been flanked
here,
once or twice, you're kind
and
of reading
smoked
into it.
here.
I don't think that's hard for Boo to find
Like
a way
it,
to kill.
especially when
but
they have the
now,
tail
what's the
here,
adaptation from
it makes
GiantX?
way more
It's awkward
sense to
because it's
smoke
like
this to
you've already
flood
started
out,
with kind of a
and
game
then you know
plan when
nothing's
you're
coming
playing
over
for
towards
retakes,
long,
and now you're
because they got
against
your ult here,
ults.
so then you just
2 rounds
smoke
in a
off
row,
long,
like the ISO ult now,
and you clear the site, and then you know they have to use
last
util to
round,
clear
you
through
kinda
this.
do need to play for it. You're not
felt-
going to hold
it
the
felt
side
really weird.
against those ults sometimes. So personally, it's almost like that game.
Like, it
plan should
almost
be
felt like it
reversed
should have
a little
been an
bit, play a
attack
bit more
smoke,
standard,
but it
and then
wasn't.
go for those pushes, retakes later on. So I'll be honest, I don't know what the call is here.
Well, that's what we're going to find out, I can imagine. Tricky, as it feels like Heretics are getting stability. Now they're starting to build that comfort. You're starting to see the Outlaw coming out. Good to see that being more and more utilized. I'm happy to see it in effect. Mini Boo going to be wielding that.
Should
And
we
of
circle
course,
the...
I'm sure Sliggy's already done it, mate.
Okay,
He's already, you know,
fine.
appreciate you, Sliggy.
Yep.
Shout out to you. Loved the look with Ardis earlier. Probably should be my background. Sliggy with thighs like that. Woof. For now, though, we are
going
on
on?
to Sheriff Frenzy.
What am I getting barked
Let's
at?
say for this round.
No. Not one for you. You leave this to me.
Nah,
Thanks, mate.
you can have this one.
Oh, you treat me so well.
I'm joking. We have seen a switch in the Cypher setup. You know, we've seen a switch in the Cypher setup.
they
so
win
do
this,
if Heretics
you
do
go
go towards this A
1,
site,
2,
there's a little bit of
3,
danger there.
basically
They're just
4.
trying to
They get max
build
money.
these little trap plays, and they've got
And
two
it
in
is
garage,
Nico,
two
so
on
you
the A
imagine
site.
they would.
Again, I like him as kind of proactive. as well.
Addy on
GiantX,
deck
it's
with the
not like
tier
they're just
3.
six
Thank you so
all the
much,
time.
Addy. Thank you for that, dude.
Too proactive,
I appreciate the tier
perhaps.
3. Thank you so much.
If you're Heretics, you've kind of
The
been
drive gig
conditioned into sitting into a passive
Yeah.
default, right? And that's a natural reaction to the first couple of rounds of the aggression.
Yep.
And it just makes it so hard for GiantX to try and pull off these kind of smaller, quirkier plays where they're trying to, you know, find a little pocket to play from.
Yeah, like when you play the double draws, you feel like you have to make those kind of plays sometimes, and sometimes you just don't.
It happens. Oh, going to be actually utilized on this round. A little surprise
Yeah,
if
on the
anything.
eco.
Woot, though, going to have to try and mark his man.
Ooh,
Tomasi
damn, bro.
with the
Stinger.
Well, it was really exciting for a little while.
Ah, yeah, it was
And
good.
then-
I mean, he still won the duel with Stinger.
Okay, I think that's 2 in a row. No, it's not.
Are you feeling a little bold?
I watched Woot lose one to Batu in some VOD I was watching. So I was like, maybe Woot's not good with the ISO ult, was my...
It took 2 examples and Mini's
Bro, you
absolutely
can't go to, like, Alpha's not lost 2 in his whole career, so like Woot's been good on the ISO though, don't
Alpha's
get me
not
wrong,
lost
but some of
the
those sort of-
ISO.
that
Dude,
ult-
he must
that
have.
ult
I think I've
tech
seen
needs
2 in a
to
game
work.
from
Sniper
ISO.
and their ults need to work.
From Alpha.
crazy you're flaming like this. That's great
Bro,
to
if they
see.
want to go win internationals, this is the kind of little details that they need to iron out, you know?
Okay, fair play. I mean, Woot is at 11-4, but by Mini's account,
He could be better.
He could be
better.
Got it, fair enough. Look, people have wanted the Mini After Dark flame to come out. And
it's easier to flame someone when they're 11 to 4.
That is true. You're not like punching down.
No.
That'd be quite hard to find anyone to punch down.
I was going to say, that one's easy.
I'm sorry. Oh.
That one's so easy.
I kind of... I just... Yeah. Now you're doing all right, Wu. You're back in the good books. First man advantage as well, so early on. This is huge.
Yeah, again, it's the contain. They're just containing this, waiting for GiantX every single time, and GiantX have been punished a lot.
They're just going super aggro with the double duelist.
IGL? Not sure.
The calling from Heretics right now,
for the rest of the game,
in terms of like just general game plan, has been so good.
Oh. Lovely from Tomasi though.
Tomasi might have done that.
He's finding impact. But do we get put into a retake scenario with that operator in play? You can see how far away Cloud is. He's going to have a long time to come over here.
Great, little flash on this.
Westside will have to rescind away from the site. Actually,
yeah, smoke leaks out a little bit.
Trade, and the stall towards Long gives him some isolated fight. Cloud gets caught though.
That's an easy call.
And now the
Ball goes in.
Potentially trying to reveal the intentions of the remainders, but you can already see where the plant's being placed.
Yeah,
Benji still has a trip and a camera.
Tried to step, so he can also go into heaven.
Camera goes down.
Open plant. It's going to be a very
over
difficult
towards short and checks the camera. So nice. Does he now pick up the trip or? Okay. I was wondering if he was going to pick up the trip and manage to get it here, but.
It's James Blunt.
The lore behind James Blunt and you is wild. Westside will be slowly working in, but this, you can see the positions. How do you pry them out of here? He can't really get any more information, and he is purely at the mercy of the others. Benji, and now it feels weirdly silent. It didn't get it a half though, so
very nice.
All of that kind of falls away, and we're at 7-2.
Yeah, they look really good. They look really good.
Initially, it does feel like it's capitulating, right? GiantX have stalled out a little bit. Their economy's not looking pretty. We haven't found that layer of adaptation. Tomasi, in my mind, again, having a nice little performance here, good impact, but that's nowhere near enough to convert these rounds.
I mean, it's the saving grace to Tomasi's performance, but it's frustrating. I'm in a position where I liked some of the early stuff from GiantX, but they're just not winning rounds. And this adaptation from Heretics, just sit back and wait, is been enough.
Woot's having a great start to things, though, even though you hate him.
Oh, Mini-Boo there, tanked the double damage and a salvo.
I've been waiting for the, Cloud to finally...
Cloud Yoru?
No, not the Cloud Yoru. That was not ever something on my mind, but I've always been a fan of Cloud, and it's been waiting for that to really come to the forefront, but I don't feel as though we're getting it here, but I'm always down for a round, but Heretics looking like they're going through all of the crossing the T's, dotting the I's. There's not a corner to play in here. Cloud getting cleared, forced forward by
like
the
this from Runner.
drone.
Goes to the pulse that in theory kind of just got cleared. You got a bait for it as well.
Attention trying to be pulled towards Long. They still clear it.
Doesn't matter, does it?
From Heretics. Not falling for any of these little pocket plays or quirky looks. This all feels too simple for Heretics.
Yeah, it's beautiful. And I wonder what they do with this 50 seconds, whether they continue this. How diligent are they going to be even on this back?
I feel like you can pressure forward if they've got the util for it. Riens could set this into motion quite nicely. There is always going to be threat here. Oh my god, and Purpo with a reminder. But quickly handled, and Westside should have been seen, he has been. And the options become near on 0 for Tomasi. There's 4 against you, and a plant soon to be had.
Yeah, no, it looks very hard to just eco them at the moment.
He's looking for some economy damage.
Like we flame a lot of teams for like playing their anti-ecos like pretty poorly, but these anti-ecos are like
first kill impact here, first blood's off the chart.
It's hard to play much better than what they're doing here. It's just never a chance. Even like the positionings they're playing here. Like how are you even meant to flash that guy?
I saw that. Yeah. I did. Is that one with you, Billy and Yinzu? Yeah. How did that make you feel? Emotionally?
Damaged.
You look more upset now than I've ever seen in like a Fnatic loss. That's stunning. We'd still have Purpo with his ult here. We do have Tomasi with his a little bit more passive to engage with, but
what are these?
We need a buffer. GiantX, come on. Needed a bit more from you guys here. This was your choice. This was meant to be your arena.
This is pretty cool idea. Take over towards the C wave, the reaction over towards middle.
Outdo Woot? When it comes to the statistics of these ults, he certainly can. But Woot is still providing value at the same time. Matching kill for kill, taking space, opening up this C site, and do they then take it? Do they walk into the area that he's carved through, but Tomasi has also
my
found a little bit
timing
of
here
space.
is unlucky.
Unfortunate on the angle, Woot was controlling that the entire
man, they
time.
got so
and now
wrecked,
really the
Giants.
carpet's rolled out.
This strat was crazy.
Do you think Heretics will come back to the form they had last year? I think so, yeah. We're slowly starting to see it. We saw it on defensive icebox. We're seeing it here on attacker
Here we go,
haven.
mini lock-in.
Come on.
Woot, don't make me look... Oh. No.
I mean, he doesn't have the shield.
No. I don't want to hear it.
My eye test is, I'm a genius. Like, my eye test is so good.
And so humble as well, but it was enough to get GiantX in the door. 3 rounds to their name, finally getting back into this off the back of Woot.
Can they win with
just
4?
Doesn't seem to land.
I mean, honestly, yeah, comp-wise.
He needs to watch. No, Dirk's ISO ulting is the best.
Mention any other player that's not.
Wait, Alpha statistically, I think has better ISO ults.
Mini.
But Dirk.
Mini.
Watch that tech. Watch that tech.
Give me a player that's not been on Fnatic.
They're not as good though.
Please, I'm meant to be the biased one and you're outdoing me. 3 to 8. Plenty of ults here for GiantX to play with. Again, Runner, do you have shields? I don't know. I'm really hoping it's the UI. I'm uncertain at this point. I feel lied to. He does indeed have shields.
If you ult as ISO now, you get the shield. No, only if you get the kill.
Small indie company at the helm, but could be 9, could be 4 for GiantX. Let's see which way this shakes down. It does make the scoreline feel so different, and Cloud in the right place. Trying to play up ahead of this though. He's a very knife's edge position.
GiantX are stacked towards the middle.
I'm looking at the setup sometimes, and like Cloud playing solo A with a Yoru just looks absolutely impossible. And then Riens gets the plant, no?
But Heretics should be aware of these flanks by now.
Okay, Riens gets the orbit long.
Has to be on the protocol
Dude, give me
list.
Riens though. He's not gonna be able to ult here. He's got 3 people on him.
Well.
He does.
Spike's now
Boo
down,
distract for
too
him.
close
Yes,
by.
he does.
And it's Boo to draw blood. Purpo's gone.
Yeah,
The flank
dude,
is
they
loaded.
play
It's
so well
confirmed.
right now.
Riens, gorgeous work.
As much as I don't like some of the Giant setups, I'm not really angry about the first 6 rounds. I thought their game plan made sense, really, for the new comp.
Needs to find some work as the numbers
like when I'm seeing this,
against him.
I don't think this one's great.
Claiming 9 rounds.
I think you've at least got to fake the A
all it
pressure.
took was Woot on ISO, so maybe that's gonna be, you know, maybe every map.
It certainly could be. Woot looking fantastic here, barring the ults. But we'll be back in a second with the second half.
How much we need to make a TikTok or Yinsu? There's just not a chance, dude. I can't think of one. I wouldn't do one of those trend things. Like the only way to tempt me for like doing a TikTok would be like I get to drop kick Mini or something. That would be, I would do that. Oh, that sounds fun. Like maybe there's like a soft pit underneath so it doesn't get too hot. But like that's my kind of that's the kind of TikTok I'd go for. Anything else, I'm not sure. I don't think you could get me. Not a dancing one, that's for sure. Or drop kick a wingman, yeah. Just punt it, that'd be fun. Yeah, you're all adding Pansy, but she's like 2 minutes ahead. They're probably starting the pistol round where she is right now. You can't listen into it. Players who are mechanically strong on ISO, it's a busted agent. It really is. You look at the ISO win rate right now, it's crazy high. Obviously this is ISO v ISO, but you drop kick Mini, but he's wearing the wingman 1Z. Okay, now we've got it.
9-3. Sparks of life initially. That beginning had me quite curious about GiantX, the rebuild, the restructure, the reimagination of this team. And then it started to fizzle out. Heretics getting the read Mini and kind of getting the lay of the land so quickly. It's a credit to one Boo and just the structure and understanding, but
what maps do you think you can run ISO double duelist? I kind of think every map at the moment. I'll be honest, I think you can do it every map.
You know, it isn't a
the one you would struggle the most at is probably
not even hopium, you said opium. Like,
sorry, that's my British British bottle of water.
I'm not sure you'd want to play double duelist on Icebox, but you could do one.
I do think we need
you
like
could get
an
away
accent,
with just
to go on a bit here because all the other duos have you know, silly accents.
Jesus.
What?
That's way more mean than me.
It's not mean. It's just whimsical. They've got the whimsy accents. I think you need to really lean into your Restolian
but they got nothing on the flank, and
no, it'll be fine. It'll totally be fine. They're going to turn around. Oh my God, they turn around.
Turn around.
Oh,
Good God, it's
all
still
of them,
fine
all
though.
four.
Boo's gone down, but do they expect?
Oh, guys.
Oh, they don't. Please turn around and take a look at this. How did this just occur?
What a
We're
weird
down to a
pistol,
2v2,
man.
and it's all gone peaked on. As Westside going to fall, as Cloud left alive, and this could have been redemption. This could have been a stepping stone back in. Maybe Cloud can still do it. Spike, a bit of a worrying spot, and Woot left in the 1v1.
Well.
Just don't think of it as an ult.
30 seconds left.
Timing's curious now as well, trying to keep
When's
the
he
beat
pop
on
his
where
shield?
Cloud was and keep that
Time's gonna get
internal
low.
clock
Is he gonna let
ticking in
him
the right manner? First spot found. Cloud
his
needs to be
shield?
the one to aggress here. 17 seconds. The pressure's on
Guys,
him.
delaying
and
so
you can see
much
it,
time.
It's tough. And
God,
Moot's going
what
to
are you
make
meant
light
to
work.
do
A bit
against
comfortable
this?
in the end. The time being a real factor for Cloud then. And it's double digits for Heretics quickly.
I'm confused. Like maybe I missed it. Maybe the wire got broke. But how was there nothing?
No one reacting.
GiantX was setting up some really strange round where they were inserting a Euro into C with some kind of clone. They were doing some really fancy idea, and ultimately beaten by 4 pushing out A because there's nothing on the flank control.
Pistol God. It has been determined.
Pistol God.
Very true. Buy is here. GiantX going to have to force around this, right? We got the Stingers out. We got a Sheriff there for Runner.
Yeah,
and they got to make it count.
Well,
You know
the
what I mean?
shock
You
is
can't go down 11-3. This is
pretty
where they're going
nice.
to try and take their stand. A simplistic
Okay, just a full
approach
retake over towards the site. Oh, this might actually be
Heretics
hard.
are pushed out though, and so GiantX.
They still got Woot's, still got Woot's ult, still got Woot's ult, still got Woot's shield, and they got Boo's.
Stingers have been looking more and more lethal.
That's big to get down the shield.
That's very true. Runner trying to get the timing right as well.
There's really just the paranoia here on the retake.
Paranoia can be pretty tasty.
Yeah, let's see, double damage into Omen Flash.
Boo, worried about the flank. Got to be worried about what in front here. Woot's going to find Tomasi, and here we go. Paranoia goes in. Woot doing so well. These Bulldogs making it look like light work, but finally they fight back. But Cloud, again, just overwhelmed the Heretics, making the retakes look comfortable, which they are certainly
just
not.
ISO on someone who's a
forgot,
beast is the best thing ever I saw.
Woot with a shield, and that does.
That swings things a little bit.
Quite a lot.
Okay. God, it's 11-3. That was kind of the redemption arc for GiantX. Now they're kind of screwed.
Yeah.
Well, it's a great flash, though.
Say it.
Oh,
Say it.
it's
Go for it. There's a comeback.
But this is what we want to see from Heretics. It is what we wanted to see.
Funny enough, I mean, we
Yeah,
were
and
talking
we get
about
to
how
see
shaky they looked first Apex, and
the
it
gun that
didn't
can
feel like a
one-shot 'em all.
confident side yet. And Heretics are one of the talismans of EMEA that are meant to be going forward and facing those international teams, and having shaky results against, you know, a team being built, one of the newer look teams, it wasn't quite good enough. Now, of course, Heretics walked away with the win in the end. That's fantastic, but this is a very clear message. Because I feel like GiantX are that next step up. They've got some experience here, a little bit of a different look, some very dangerous players, but yeah, 11-3, they've not felt threatening. And
oh
Woot's
boy.
in such a rotten position for them to try and handle. Actually does go down
his
in the end.
teammate
Can only
there, the
take
shield
away one.
against
That's
the
purple, but
judge
Benji
is kind
on
of
the
strong.
case. Mini Boo takes a glance, gets
Ooh,
dealt
Mini
with.
Boo,
Hold
not the
on.
best peak I've ever
Maybe
seen.
signs alive. Maybe it's not over. Maybe Mini's lied to me. I don't think so, but we'll find out. We've got Westside and Runner still with the Sheriff,
Nice
which is
shot.
going to make it tricky.
Nice shot.
Benji, just
Bro, his aim is
storming
so
the
odd to
site.
watch, but he's just insta-snaps the heads.
I think that's as well.
It looks
something
like
I wanted
it's
to
so
pick up a little
high,
bit, is that Benji during
'cause he, like,
kickoff,
shakes a
I'm not gonna
lot.
beat around the bush. He was not good at all. Like he wasn't playing to a level that I think is.
But then he just
that
insta-snaps
he
to
would find
people.
acceptable.
Because he was so strong. I mean, in my mind, when I think about Benji, he was one of the
Look
most
at it.
impactful players that we had going forward, barring one of
Whoa.
your players upon
Kinda
one
nuts,
time,
though.
right? Like, I'm not even going to let you have the chance to say it. But if we do get the resurgence of Benji finding that level of form, I'm scared for everyone.
Yeah.
You know, if we get a Woot Benji performance, or you know, even throwing a mini Boo or
9
a
chances.
Rienz at those high notes, this team does become champions finalist quality, right? Here might just be the last chance for GiantX to try and get some redemption, really. A little bit of pride maybe on the line. Try and pull off more than 3 rounds.
Defaulting in towards A, and the Heretics have read it quite well. But GiantX, I will note that the last time I watched them play Attack Haven, they did have the layers. They weren't just going one-dimensional. They were exploring A main and garage, kind of ticking the boxes, I would say. So you can see that here too. So Heretics have stacked the wrong place.
We would use the shield a lot better. You talk about not the wall, the actual shield. Yeah, his shield usage is pretty good.
Okay, Miniboo, pretty nice.
Yeah, Cloud was just desperate to make a fake kind of work there, but he didn't.
I reckon it's probably something they've been working on as well.
So it looks like C is going to be the finish, but
there's only been like 3 rounds maybe where they haven't had it, but every single time it's just been they got the space from it.
Purpo kind of has to give away the game either way, but Heretics looking for the pre-take almost. Runner gonna find Woot, and it's just traded out. They're just going blow for blow here. Bodies dropping on the ground as Runner in Westside's position. Oh man, that's almost unfortunate timing. Could have had a teed up kill, but has to turn his attention back. Boo on the flank, he's gonna find the man. As Runner now left in a 1v3 to try and claw back some pride in this map. This was their choice. This scoreline certainly wasn't how they saw this going. There's Runner now with 3 targets, 2 to the left and 1 to the right. Spots a player, takes him down. It has to be nothing short of an ace here for Runner. And this reposition is heavenly, but they've read it. They've read it so damn well.
Look at them go.
This is
it's a
shades
very,
of
very
old
nice
for
map.
Heretics, looking strong here. Mini diffuses in.
We made it a little bit easy, but I still feel like calling and how they handled a lot of rounds were great.
Woot might be playing on that one. It's going to be the ISO.